Thanks, Paul. We got a chance to see what Arlington High School is like for students, visiting them in classrooms, the library, music and CAD lab, and hearing about how the school's conditions affect them. Some going as far as saying they wouldn't wish the building on anyone. Despite that, they try to foster a positive culture and will fight for a building that matches it.
I love Arlington High. I love my teachers and my classes.
It's a high energy level. It's pretty full of life.
Yeah.
It's a school full of really energetic kids, and it's a school with teachers who care about the students and want them to learn.
But at Arlington High School, a sprawling campus with buildings constructed nearly every generation from 1914 to the 1980s, it's getting harder to do that, say those who are in it.
When people ask me about my school and they're like, oh, the beautiful pillars at the front. And I'm like, you should see the inside. It's horrible.
From the triangular-shaped French room to blocked views in science rooms to the cramped band room, the sentiment is the same.
I think the renovation, just a renovation wouldn't be enough to...
Yeah, I think
it took us about, 10 years to get an air conditioning unit installed in this room.
I think also in general, the school, you kind of walk around the hallways and it doesn't really always feel like a positive learning environment.
And that's why AHS could go from this to this. A $291 million brand new high school.
Having the new school says that we as Arlington community value education and value the environment in which our students are learning.
Superintendent Kathleen Bodie and an appointed high school building committee have been working on coming up with a building plan for several years. In 2013, the New England Association of Schools and Colleges said the school would lose its accreditation unless things such as inadequate room sizes and blocked views are changed.
Some rooms are just built just designed kind of weirdly. It's just funny with there's big objects just in the way.
You don't understand how much time we spend working around the building. I have to do my labs in sections so that everybody can have some electricity. We'll make it work for now, as it is, but I think a new facility would really help us do more.
This is Old Hall, the oldest part of Arlington High School, originally built in 1914. It's a time when students weren't even required to go to high school. In fact, many didn't, working on local farms instead. But society changed, wars were fought, and the focus on education grew, and each time a new building with it. And now educators say it's time to start from scratch to serve this generation and the ones to come.
We actually have the entire body of this guitar all cut out just with this one machine.
We know that we teach differently now than we did in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We know that the demands and expectations on education have changed. And we know that this facility doesn't support even the way we are teaching now.
I think that everyone initially believed that we were going to do a renovation addition. So in terms of space, we're not really getting anything new. We're getting it redesigned in a different way.
You can look straight across and see the other one right there. So the links don't border any classrooms. They are pretty much unsupervisable, so it's where a lot of kids go when they don't want to be seen.
The proposed school would reduce hallway space and wings would be organized by subject. And it would accommodate a growing student body, 1,700 plus students, roughly 400 more than there are now.
Balcony, seriously? Balcony.
When showing these sophomore honors biology students the architectural rendering, surprise and excitement at what could be.
Okay, here we go.
That's big.
Ooh. Here's the gym. Ooh. It's gonna be awesome. I know I won't be able to go to school in it, but it's just really exciting to think about.
Just like people in town, some students remiss on losing part of the front lawn and the columns that grace it, but willing to let them go for the greater good.
My parents and my grandparents also went to this high school, so it's kind of sad that history is being lost, but at the same time I feel it might the benefits that we're going to be able to reap from it is probably worth it.
A hope that adults will think the same when voting whether or not to change their future come June 11th.
I'd say do it. I would not wish this building on any of the kids who are younger than me.
If your headlight is like out, you get arrested, right? Or at least fined by the police, right? I feel like the headlight's out.
Having a nice space to learn makes people want to learn. I think that's something really important for the future.
In the meantime, they'll do as the song says. Keep on fighting till the end. Students championing a new high school till the end. But ultimately, it's voters who will make the decision on Tuesday, June 11th. If you want to see the high school for yourself, you have one more chance. There will be tours on Sunday, June 2nd, starting at 1 in the afternoon. Next week, we'll have a closer look at classrooms and more on just what and how students are learning these days.